This season is going to be a fucking roller coaster.
Top 4 trophies. I'm back, baby. We're coming for it all.
Mayowa is a wordsmith.
Top Red, welcome me.
Culture Cams, he's a villain.
Fuad, madman.
Come on!
What's happening, people? Welcome back to a new season and a brand new episode of FCM. You already know what time it is. We're back in the building. We're back. We're back. What time it is. Listen, it's your host with the most, Myra Quadri. And listen, it's been a long time coming, but we're back. New season's rolling, new things are happening. And listen, you already know we're going to bring the vibes, we're bringing the energy. We're here, man. Every single match week, every Sunday, we are here. More content coming out soon, but we'll talk about that here. Listen, we are back. To my right, the podcasting Pepe is back to his original state. The one and only Fuad Kadani.
Hey. Wait, aren't you supposed to be Jamaican?
Hey. New season, new look, baby. You know what I mean?
Let me not even lie to you, yeah? Because when he came in with the do-rag, I thought, what, is he gonna
try to do an unveil or something? I told him unveil it, bro.
What was saying, what, back to Somalia, yeah?
I was kind of, did you see this?
Oh my God. Back to Somalia. Bro. Boy, listen, no more Jamaican. Boy, no, that video, whoever that made that video, in fact, let's roll that video now. Whoever made that video is an absolute...
Nah, that killed me.
That was
genius.
That killed me.
Fuad Kadani back to Somalia. After a 2-year loan stint in Jamaica, he decided to return back to the Horn of Africa, where the Somali FA have embraced him with open arms. It's good to have you back on our side, son.
Do you know how this is so mad, yeah? Because
he looks
like you.
Bro, I can't lie.
He's got a similar trim.
Nah, it was tied back. I saw it. He beat the allegations still, but I saw that. I was dying, bro. I was like, yo, you know what? New season. You know what I mean? Birthday end of the month as well. You know what I mean?
What are you saying, what, 47?
Won't reveal too much. I thought, yeah, you know what I mean? Start fresh.
Nah, it looks
start
fresh,
clean,
man.
You know what I mean?
Welcome back, man. Of course, the cult hero himself. Cult Cams, Top Red.
Yeah, Top Red this season,
Top
man.
Red wearing
Top
blue.
Red, I told him, listen, accept me this season. Welcome me. It's going to be a roller coaster, but I'm here. You know what I mean?
Who do you have to check in with?
I checked him with Rude. You know what I mean? I checked him with Rude.
You know who I also saw him checking with?
Who?
Roy Keane. We ain't just... Sorry, I know we got bare football to get into, but before we do that, bro, talk to me about that,
bro.
That's real men CEO right there. And I'm seeing you doing that.
Listen, I've been collecting real men infinity stones, bro. I've linked Rooney. I've linked Mourinho. And I've linked Roy Keane. Yo, who's left, bro? Sergio Ramos, where are you, blood? I saw Zlatan in the flesh. Yo, listen, nah. But that was a mad experience. Like, honestly,
community shows.
Yeah, 6 community shows, seeing Roy Keane and stuff. It's been a good summer, man. You know what I'm trying to say. So,
listen,
seeing him, me and him, we chopped it up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Chopped it. I got a picture. I ain't dropped it yet though. Like,
he's waiting for that dump.
Just wait. Just wait. You know what I'm trying to say?
Ended the season watching the Champions League of Rio. Started it watching it with Roy Keane. Cams is getting places, you know.
My club. My club. That's
Watch
the
this.
Top Red. Rude. I'm coming. Pause.
Big pause. But listen, the summer's been great.
First pause of the season already.
I've been collecting Infinity Men. I was like, nah, that's a bit borderline, but we'll let it go.
Okay, I said stones.
Listen, summer's been good, and of course the season's back, so we have to be back. We're here to entertain. And listen, you already know how it goes around here. If you're new around here, welcome to FCM. This is the show for insight, for bants, but for real football conversations. And of course, a lot's happened already, and it's only match week 1. So we've got to get into it. But as is custom around here, if you're new around here, this is a tradition of ours. Listen, every team goes out there, 11 players on the pitch, fans flood the stadiums, fans watch globally, people are tweeting on X, everyone wants to feel this feeling. But if your team went out there this week and you got the dub, hold tight the 3-point collection. So we got the first 3-point collection of the season. Healthy deposit.
Only one here so far.
Healthy deposit.
Only one here. Only one.
If you got your 3-point collection and deposit, you know, daily deposits, you know this fitness stuff, daily deposit. If you got a deposit, hold tight you. Hold tight the participants as well. You know, listen, man, it's a tale of two teams. Can't play football by yourself, you get me? But of course, we usually talk about the game that just happened. In that case, it was City and Chelsea. It was father versus one of the many sons. Pep versus Pepite. And I think this section is going to be quite interesting. There's a lot to discuss, not just about the game, but Chelsea. But I guess let's talk about the game first and foremost. Erling Haaland scoring, doing what he does. Kovacic going against Chelsea after drifting through a £200 million midfield. There's a conversation in itself. Yeah. Where should we start with this? Let's start with the game in terms of City. All of their England players were on the bench because they'd been back in training for a week. Yeah. Guardiola started his last press conference by saying that it's very hard to find the motivation to go again. We don't have the motivation, which is a player that we've kind of seen sometimes here and there. But in terms of first game of the season and the control, what do we make of City so far? It's early days, but in terms of that performance, is it more of the same and we expect them to build into it?
They were coasting. You know what I mean? They got their goal. They got their goal and they coasted through the game. Do you know what I mean? And Chelsea couldn't punish them or get back into the game. I don't even think there's much to take away for City. That's like a pre-season game at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? Dust off the cobwebs. You know what I'm saying? They won on the weekend against United.
Same old Chelsea.
Dust off the cobwebs and you go again. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's much to really say. There was some individual really good performances. I think Rico Lewis was really good. I think Cover and Bernardo were good in the midfield. I actually thought Ruben Diaz was solid at the back through blocks at the back.
Savinho.
Yeah, Savinho. He had, listen, Cucurella has been singing all these songs. You come back to this is the Premier League, mate.
Bro,
you come back to the Premier League
for handouts and help.
And Haaland even done him as well. So, like, I think Savio or Savinho, he wants to call himself Savinho. And I have to say, I hear it. You know what I mean? If you want to add Eno, I hear it. You know what I mean? So, but him, it was a good performance. Cooking Cucurella. But overall, City coasted through that game. There was a period in the game where Foden came on. Didn't see him touch the ball in such a long time. Like, City didn't really have to do much to beat Chelsea today.
But I think
that's what they want, though, low key.
That in itself says a
fitness. It's pre-season,
and like you can just coast into it. You know, like last season there was this conversation about where City were in terms of their start, and then when it gets to that business period, they're cooking. We kind of were used to seeing this, right? But I think what was quite interesting for me, anyway, is you mentioned the two midfielders that did well. No Rodri, no problem. It's like he wasn't even there. It was fine. He wasn't there, but you can go on. But
against
Haaland
that midfield, they don't need to be.
But even like Haaland with the finish, I feel like in the summer there was a lot of conversations of things said about Haaland. Last week again after the Community Shield, it seems like people are trying to drum this whole thing up. He doesn't have loads of touches in the game and everything. And I thought to myself, hold on. You're one of the most potent strikers in the world that's guaranteed to score goals. Why are we so obsessed with, in this team, why are we so obsessed that he's not doing anything else? If he can produce moments like that.
We know what Haaland is at this point. Listen, he's been in the Premier League for 2 seasons. He's not going to be the link man, the hold up man, whatever you want him to be. What he is in that box is he's a predator, bro. And I think, listen, start of the season, first game, first goal, that's what you want at the end of the day. And I said, this season, I think fully fit, if he can avoid injuries,
as well.
30 plus is almost guaranteed in my eyes. Like, he's that type of finisher. You're not looking at 20 plus. Like
no.
Him, you're looking at stay fit, stay on form, 30 plus.
Yeah, literally.
Like, he's a goal machine. So at the end of the day, this is just bread and butter for him. He's licking his lips thinking, what's next?
91 goals in 100 games for City and 15 assists. So he's got over a goal contribution a game for City. Bro, this guy is... If you're talking about, I've said it numerous times, as a goal scorer, he's got to be one of the best we've ever seen. This guy is ridiculous when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. You can say whatever you want. When you're this cash money in front of goal, when you're this cash money, how can you even question him? Do you know what I mean? How can you even question him? You look at last season, I think he missed over 20 big chances.
I was going to say, I think
in an injury-prone season and still won the Golden Boot. Let this guy stay fit. It's a wrap. He might even come for his own record, bruv. It's a wrap.
See, I don't want to push it out.
Why not? Let's go there. Let's go there. Why not? Why not?
Because it's a record, bro.
Who they got next? Ipswich. At the Etihad. Greaves. Ipswich at Etihad. That could be a hat trick there, right there. 4 goals.
Greaves has a plan.
And I think in that record year, that's what he did. In our first 4, 5, 6, 7 games,
he capitalized.
He set the tone for the rest of the season. So it all depends on how quick he kind of starts. But if there's one thing you can never deny him is if that player is fit, and this season, if he stays fit. 30 plus minimum.
Early doors, but Savinho is already looking like the type of player. A lot of people are saying it's like Mahrez with pace.
Bro,
that's the
Mahrez
conversation
regen.
That's everyone saying.
I'm sorry. I saw the skin tone. I saw 26. I saw the shimmy like that. I said, that's Mahrez 2.0. They just got the same one, 30 million and way younger. It's crazy. And I always think with these foreign talents, the first season is almost like that. No one knows what you are. So you've really got the chance to impress man, scare man. I remember when Doku came in last year, it was like, what's this? So you got about 4 weeks to really cash in on this new hype before people start figuring out your moves. But he looks like a problem, I can't lie to you. And it adds to that kind of wing collection that they're growing at the moment with Doku, with him. Obviously, Oscar Bob, I thought, coming into this season,
very unfortunate.
I thought he was going to have like a breakout year. This is going to be his type of year to take over. But with the injury, I feel like Doku, Savinho, you've got opportunities there. And even your boy Grealish, if he wants to come and reclaim that.
He has to redeem himself this season. For sure. Definitely.
Back into England fold as well.
Do you know who's another one I want to touch on?
Go on.
Rico Lewis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Rico Lewis, I think I tweeted out, I said the passing of the baton from Kyle Walker to Rico Lewis must happen this season, because for me, I think that kid has shown time and time again, especially over the past 2 seasons, came in raw. Champions League, they threw him in straight away. He settled in like a duck to water. Midfield, right back. Like, he's played a couple of positions, never looks out of place. And I just think, bro, with the... Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead here, but even with the England kind of right back situation,
let's not talk about England no more.
It's never clear. No, I know.
Forget
but I'm
England,
saying for the next 2 years, cement that position. Look forward to that World Cup. He can get on that plane, playing multiple positions, seeing how good he is, bro. This kid is comfortable in every phase of the game.
He's a baller.
As you mentioned, City were in second gear. They did what they needed to do. It was very interesting watching the finished article of what a manager has created versus like what the imitation of it, and seeing that they're not relatable. It's not the same. You can't just buy something and think it's going to be the same. It's not the same. And with Chelsea, there's a lot to discuss. We've got some super chats already that might actually lead us nicely into everything. So this is from Eshwa Neved. Apologies if I butchered that. It says first game of the season against PL champions at home, giving the armband to 8 after the whole preseason drama is crazy. It took me off guard.
Fully agree.
There's a lot.
Fully agree.
With this Chelsea part, there's a lot we can go into, and we can see where we want to go with this. Before I even go in further, make sure you smash the like button if you're in the building. Smash the like button. Algorithm. But we can start in many places. We can start with
Sterling.
That's where it has to start. That's where it has to start.
Before the game even kicks off.
Has to start.
So cool. So for those who are unaware, before the game starts, the squad list comes out for the game, and Raheem Sterling's name is nowhere to be seen, alongside former vice captain Bell Chilwell and captain for large parts of the season last year, Conor Gallagher. A statement is then released from Raheem Sterling's team.
I've got it here.
Which you got?
Yeah. It says Raheem Sterling is contracted to Chelsea for the next 3 years. Our expectation was that Raheem would be involved in this weekend's fixture in some capacity. As a camp, we have always had positive dialogue and assurances from Chelsea in relation to Raheem's future. So we look forward to gaining clarity on the situation.
Now, online, I've seen a lot of mixed perceptions of what this is. I have my own opinions, but Cam, I'll open the floor to you. Like, what do you perceive of this and the bigger situation at hand?
I think that statement's a joke, personally. I think putting out that statement is laughable. Look, I'm a big fan of Raheem Sterling in his career. You know, when he went to Chelsea, I was like, this is a good move for him to kind of revitalise himself and stuff. It probably hasn't worked out to the way that he's wanted, or Chelsea fans have wanted. Not taking anything away from him as a career, as a player. But a statement like that, listen, Enzo Maresca, first game of the season, first squad he's decided, and he's getting a senior pro questioning him. And that's questioning him. They're putting out, we're seeking clarity. You can't seek clarity privately. Do the public have the answers for him or something? We don't. I don't understand the need to come out as a senior player and put a statement out like that. Like you're throwing Enzo Maresca in the dirt there. This guy, it's already a tough job we've seen with Chelsea. You already see how managers come and go. And the first thing that he has to deal with on his first team selection of the Premier League season is Raheem Sterling's camp saying, we seeking clarity on the future. It's like that was in the drafts.
Do you think
it's like that was in the drafts? No, I fully don't agree with putting out a statement like that. I don't understand it. Where's Carney's one? Where's Gallagher's? Where's Chilwell's? bro, he can make a decision. He's a manager. I don't get what's going on nowadays. It's like managers can't do anything without players calling them out. What is going on?
So this is where and this is good because we have different opinions in it. This is where I disagree. So for me, from my perspective, the broader picture of what's going on at Chelsea at the moment is nothing short of embarrassing and then disgrace. You've got a situation where your captain for the most part of last season has been stripped of his number, forced to train by himself, and is basically being forced to move away from the club. You have a situation where your former vice captain has been stripped of that leadership thing, and the manager said he has to go and find a new club.
Yeah.
Now, with the Conor Gallagher one, because he's an academy product, etc., it's one of those things where a lot of the times when academy products kind of ushered out or pushed out, they're easy targets to do that to, like Trevor Chalobah, all of these other guys. What I took from that Raheem Sterling statement was, I can see what's going on here. The whole world can see what's going on here. What you need to realise is I have 3 years left on my contract, I've not down tools, and I'm on 300k a week. If you want to sell me, that's fine, but I'm not leaving. I've done my bit. I've stood up. So from that perspective, because of how Chelsea have handled everything else, that's why you're going to get statements like this. You've kicked away, vice captain you kicked away. Now the most senior player, you're trying to usher out as well. Eventually, someone's going to say something. You can't just take away all of these people.
10 minutes before the start of the season kicks off. You think that's the best time to do it?
I'm not saying it's the best time, but I'm saying I understand what's happening.
For me, I kind of agree with you a little bit. Is there not a part of this where maybe his future hasn't been clarified to him? Because in pre-season, you're being involved, you're told out of nowhere you're basically not in the squad. Maybe Maresca, I don't know, hasn't spoken to him or whatever. I agree with you in the aspect of I think the statement is unnecessary and kind of brings extra ice to it. It probably won't turn out good for him now. He's either going to get put in the wilderness and your next club is also going to look at it and think, is that the kind of person we need? But I do think if you want clarity on your situation and the club haven't communicated that to you all summer, as one of the senior players, as one of the most highest earners at the club, I'd like to think, especially considering Raheem's profile as well within that squad, bro. They ain't got a lot of senior profiles. And if, as you say, he's been doing his thing, he's been professional, why are you kind of discarding me completely without even communicating it with me?
But
that part I kind of get. So if that is the case where it hasn't been communicated to him, I can kind of understand the statement. Maybe not in this capacity. Maybe after the game I would have saved it, or maybe in private. But
what if Maresca said managers got to make decisions, and this is what Maresca said. He said managers got to make decisions. Sometimes the player's not going to be happy.
That happens.
Is the manager not allowed to do what he wants to do?
He can.
So is Enzo Maresca not allowed to pick his squad? So now when the next person gets dropped, should they bring out a statement too?
But this is the thing.
Like, I don't get it at this point. I don't get it. The manager's allowed to do his job.
No,
so
but
I don't disagree.
I don't
disagree
Gallagher's
with that
been
at all.
made clear that he should leave.
Okay.
All these other guys, it's been made clear.
It's a big squad. It's a big squad.
I think because he's like one of the highest earners, they're like, hey, brother. Let's
so
try
yeah,
and,
no. So
I think it's something to do with him being one of the
strategic.
highest earners, and they want to try and backdoor him in a way that
we
we
go.
never told you to get out, but hey man, the situation's not looking good for you, bro.
Now
just leave.
Now the penny's dropping. For me, what you're saying is 100% right. I'm sure there's loads of Chelsea fans that have been saying, listen, we want a manager that comes in and makes bold decisions. Pochettino didn't really do it, bold decisions. But I think there's bold decisions, number one, and then two, there's just the way Chelsea are treating their players. It's slimy, bro. It's slimy. You can't tell me, that a Conor Gallagher who steps in when your captain's injured all season, plays almost every single minute, has his number robbed off him, given to another player and told to train by himself. Trevor Chalobah, who's constantly been backfield to firefight and do stuff, same thing. So now when you actually do it to a player who actually kind of, has seen a lot in football in terms of Raheem Sterling, eventually someone's going to say, nah, I'm not feeling it. And that's what's happening. And ultimately, now we're just going to see more of this. We're going to see more of the implosion that's happening. All of the videos of the change room looking like Pure Gym on a Thursday night. All of this stuff is going to come.
But the thing is, though,
I agree.
How many games did Sterling start in the pre-season?
He played a lot.
But how many did he start?
I couldn't tell how many he started, but
how many did he start? Maybe he's not in Maresca's plans.
He played 58 minutes
that goes back to what Fuad saying in terms of
he might not be in his plans.
I'll be real with you, bro. It seems like he played in 45 minutes minimum in all of them.
Did he start all these games?
He started or came on.
Bro, he might not be in his plans. That's all I'm saying.
What you're saying,
Cole Palmer's back into the squad. He might not be in his plans.
What you're saying goes to exactly what Fuad said. If that is the case, There's
Make it
2
clear.
weeks left of the window. With Chilwell, he actually came out aggressively and said he has to go in 5 minutes.
Yes.
He said it with chest. Might be brutal, but he said it with chest. Bro,
And today he said manager's decision. Players get upset. Brutal. He's real.
I'm not.
He's being
disputing that,
real.
but what I'm saying is, again, the way Chelsea are sliming out their players, it's all the jigsaw piece is clear to see what's happening. You're trying to get rid of all of the players that are signed on these 7-year contracts. I've got lower wages. Fair. All of the players that are not high wage, trying to get rid of. But if you're gonna do it, just do it. Don't just do all of this like. It's a bit. It's too much drama. It's way too much drama. You got a situation now where, in the midst of all of that, that's a distraction. And of course, Raheem, I'm not saying that he hasn't added to that, because that statement is a mad thing to do before the game. The game's going being played. Your £200 million midfield is getting washed by the guy that you sold.
He started 2 games of their 6 preseason ones. He might just not be in Maresca's plans.
That's what I'm telling you.
He might just not be in Maresca's
I'm
plans.
telling you.
Clear, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's made it clear by sitting him on the bench and putting him out of the squad.
I mean, you can't communicate that with one of your senior players on highest earners.
They might communicate, but even if you want to communicate, you can have that conversation privately.
That's the part I agree.
Does the
I think
conversation
maybe
have
the
to be
statement was
public?
unnecessary, but
I don't
I still
think-
think I understand the point
Alright,
of it.
before the game, when you saw Sterling was in the squad, were you outraged like, oh my God, where's Raheem Sterling? We're talking as if Raheem Sterling's Man City Raheem Sterling. Let's have it right.
let's
have it right.
Bro,
He's
when
not
I-
been that good at City. That means that Chelsea, he hasn't. Let's
When
have
I'm-
it right.
Bro, when I'm looking at the Chelsea bench, Raheem Sterling should make that bench, bro. I can't lie.
So what,
You were outraged and you saw that he went.
Not
You brought
outraged.
the attention
Not
to-
outraged.
Okay, the Mirror.
Was
or
Mudryk- was
the
Mudryk
Daily-
done to
the
be on the
Daily
bench
Mail
more than
or whoever-
Sterling?
Wait, the Daily Mail are the ones that approached it, so maybe they didn't go and write out a statement. But you know what happens when you answer these type of things. You know what happens when you put out a statement. That's not just a response. That's a
give
fully
me an answer so I can get
our
the team
camp,
moving
our
on a
team.
transfer.
Exactly.
No, but this is why I said it. For me, it goes back to the whole thing of this is the opportunity to be like, listen, if you're gonna usher me out, that's fine. But remember, I have 3 years left. I'm doing my part of it. And I'm on 300k a week. Like, listen, what you want that to 2 weeks? Try and find another place to give me 300k. It's not gonna happen. So I'm letting you know. Listen, I won't clarify my situation. I don't agree with the timing of it, but I understand the intent of what that is, and that's come from what the way Chelsea have handled the business over the summer.
What do you make of Maresca so far?
So I was with I did a show on TalkSport with Marco Brighton yesterday, and he was talking about being in the
played for him,
squad. Yeah, he played for him last season. So he was talking about that style of football and how everything is meticulous to the detail. You have to play this pass, you have to do this, you have to do that. That's not personally how I like football. I feel like if you don't have the players to do that, you're going to see what we saw in pre-season where we can't play out the back because ultimately the quality is not there, and we don't have moments of not magic but like imagination where players are actually just finding solutions themselves. I don't feel like we were terrible today. I don't feel like we're terrible, but we were nowhere near where City was.
Yeah.
And we're not going to
won't
be.
be, yeah.
We don't have the quality of players, and we can't carry out the plan how they do it. So, to be honest, that's it's early days. Like, again, I think the big thing with Maresca that I've always said is the championship job that he did. It wasn't a job that made you go, wow, amazing. It was a job.
Yeah.
It was a job.
He got them
Then
promoted.
he got
Yeah.
promoted. He nearly bottled it. And there was a part of the season where the way he played football was not working, and he had to try and find something different, and they struggled to find something different.
Yeah.
So now you're in a league where it's better players, better opponents. You're not playing a Rotherham on a Tuesday where you can try stuff. Every single game means something. So now you're gonna actually have to show what you're capable of. So from your perspective, though, in terms of being direct and everything, he is being direct in the way he speaks.
But he's being direct.
in the way he
He's
speaks.
I haven't
so that
agreed.
that might be something to look forward to, that he's actually saying, you know what, if I don't like a player, I don't like a player. That might be something to look forward to. But at the end of the day, he probably has to do it because we have 53 players in the squad.
So that's down to obviously Clearlake. You know what I mean? That goes
100%.
down to Clearlake because we had this conversation about a year ago or 2 years ago. We said when these players that have all these contracts, how are they going to end up getting moved on? It's going to either be ugly or how we didn't know. So now Chelsea are going down the maybe force them out of the club way. But I have said that I don't agree with the Conor Gallagher one. I don't agree with the Trevor Chalobah. I don't have an issue with Chelsea trying to sell them, but the manner of it. But this Raheem Sterling one, I'm sorry. I think it's massively blown out of proportion. I think that statement just puts all the eyes on it. I don't understand why you do it. And is that going to help his situation? I don't think so. Do you think that's going to help? I'm telling you, that representatives better start looking for clubs.
To get out of there, then possibly.
Yeah, no, if they want to get out, then
The plan is to get out of there.
If it's get out,
and put
it
me
works.
up for sale.
Or
Yeah.
Don't
if
turn
it's
down anything.
or
Fair enough.
Maybe.
Or if it's there's that part, I've got 2 weeks to get out, or it's the fact of, listen, I've put my head down, and what you need to realize is if I don't get out in 2 weeks, I'm still collecting that 300k a week that I'm collecting. So that's fine. Do you get? So either way, it's like, listen, you guys want to play your game, but this, and the reason why this thing particularly annoys me, is because a lot of the time football fans do this thing where it's like, players loyal to the club and whatnot. These clubs are not loyal to no one, bro. These clubs are not loyal to no one. So you can't. I don't like when people pick and choose when that argument works.
Yeah.
I respect when players come out and be like, you know what, I need to back my thing, because at the end of the day, Conor Gallagher gave his life to that club.
Yeah.
And they're kicking him out. So
Yeah.
I want more players.
Made him
actually
wait in
stand up
Madrid
for
for a
themselves.
week.
I just don't know, man. Match day one, I don't know, mate.
What-
Match day
listen,
one.
What do
managers-
Chelsea fan in the comments think? What do they
Yeah,
think?
I
Let us
don't
know.
know.
Let
I've
us
got
know
a
what you
super
think in the
chat
comments.
Match
from
day
New,
one.
which says
First
Can you guys put a poll up?
First
maybe?
game.
Are you pro Sterling or?
Now they put a poll.
They
They
put a
said
poll up.
agree. 53% agree, 47% don't. So it's pretty close.
Fairly even.
Yeah.
We got a super chat from New. Apologies.
I think people agree because they think what Chelsea are doing is a madness. They're not listening to what they're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm telling you.
No, they hear you.
I feel like
But
that's
Chelsea's
I don't
moving
know.
too mad.
We got-
Yeah, I
They
guess
need
so.
to be checked.
I guess so, but hey, I'm
Let
just
me
being
read the-
fair.
let me
But I'm
read
being
the super
balanced.
chats. So New goes, I'm glad Raheem spoke out. I can imagine he's standing up to what he's also been seen happen to other players at the club. Ahmed says, I don't think anyone condones Raheem's statement, but why is it okay for Chelsea Spanish players to train with reserves?
He
Public
didn't.
keep up,
These Sterling's
players
not
can't-
really training with. This is what I'm saying. It's not Trevor Chalobah and
This-
Galley's not
this-
training with the reserves.
No, this person is saying Chelsea to Spanish. He's just saying Chelsea in general. He's not saying
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People are bringing that emotion of what's happening with Chalobah and that to the Raheem Sterling situation.
Bro,
it's a different
bro,
situation.
Be on the right
It's-
side of history, Cams.
It's bro.
Be on the right side of history.
It's a civil war.
Anyway, I don't need to defend Chelsea,
civil
man.
war
I don't
going
need
on.
to defend Chelsea, bro. I don't damn.
Boucher's Clown Lake wants Sterling off the books because they have a 150k wage structure. They're trying to convey that they want him out without telling them,
Yep.
and they need to sell players.
That's what I think. I think they're doing every slimy,
Same-
dirty tactic in the book.
Saint Mario saying if he's not in his plans, talk to the player. At the end of the day, they might be millionaires, but they're still human, bro. Nabil says maybe he's never accepted Enzo's apology.
Hey, yo, if so,
Perfect segue.
come on, Razza.
Perfect segue. Yeah. He's a real one. He's a real one.
Oh man.
Let's talk about Enzo though.
Yeah. So okay, with this Enzo situation again, another thing where the
So
Chelsea
you got to be specific. Enzo Fernandez.
Oh yes.
You have
yes,
a manager
yes,
that's
yes.
called
Maresca.
Maresca. So
Enzo
we have to
Fernandez.
differentiate now. I don't want guys getting strays
Yeah.
for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
The Enzo Fernandez situation is like, imagine having like a film, yeah, and this is like the peak of like, this is where shit can get really ugly now. So everyone knows the situation. If you don't know the situation of where he's with his Argentinian teammates, and they decided that the euphoria of winning would make them sing a racial song, right? And he was there, like a madman, cheerleading, frontlining, singing this song.
Guido, West Ham centre mid as well. But we move.
But I don't even, it's not even about that.
Continue.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why.
I'm saying it's not even about his whole.
No, but wait,
Yeah,
I'm
go
not
on.
finished. So that happens, cool. You then have a situation where it moves to an apology, which wasn't an apology. Then the club get involved. Then he comes back, he sits down with the French contingent and whatnot. They piece it up. Every single picture on the Chelsea IG feed is him with the man them. And then,
It's breaking news.
yeah.
They asked Maresca, do you want Sterling in the squad or not? He said, I want all 30 players, but there is no space for all of them, so some have to leave. So he's not in his plans. Is he not allowed to manage?
Has he communicated that to Sterling?
How are we meant to know? Keep it private, lads. Everybody keep it private. Why the public need to know? That's all I'm saying. Managers are not allowed to manage nowadays. Fair enough. That's the way the game's gone, I guess. But anyway, carry on.
What else is there? Then there's a situation where, despite all of that, he's now been made vice captain.
Another thing he said, it was a tactical decision, no more than that. In the next day, we'll clarify in case we need to. I've been clear. It's a tactical decision. Maresca's not allowed to manage. You guys are going to make me start defending Maresca. I don't like that. He's not allowed to manage. He's not allowed to manage his club.
That's how we need to build Kansas season. Yeah.
Defend him!
Oh my God.
Now Enzo is somehow the vice captain of Chelsea after being involved in a racial incident and not having any way of a great time since being a player at Chelsea. Last year he was under the fire, and this season again you watched him in that game and you thought to yourself, if you are the captain and this is your ship, this is This is worrying.
Yeah.
This is worrying.
Bro,
It's worrying.
before the ink dried, I told you a lot about Enzo Fernandez. Before the ink dried. And now you're in this situation where Rodri-less Man City, he still can't get a grip to the game. And now people are saying, oh, why is he playing so high up? When he plays 6, you say, why is he 6? When he plays 8, you guys say, why is he 8? When he plays 10, it's why is he so far forward? How about he just needs to do better? So was it because he's playing 10 all game that Kovacic, who used to play for Chelsea, by the way, just walks past him and bends it into the corner? Is that the reason? You guys are making too many excuses. One of the main reasons why Chelsea fans hated Poch was because they thought he couldn't get the most out of Enzo Fernandez. Let's see if Maresca can. Let's see.
No chance.
And let's see if you'll turn on Maresca
chance.
because of that too.
Enzo is in. It could get. It's a long. If you think about just everything around the club, Conor Gallagher, whatever you think about him, there's a fan sentiment there. His dad's a proper Chelsea, he's in the Matthew Harding stand and whatnot. He's not in the team anymore. You've got Lavia who's come in and seems to be somewhat decent. It's like Enzo essentially is almost occupying space in the team, and it's almost like he's undroppable and unpunishable because he costs so much money.
Skipper.
That is an issue. That is a big
getting
issue.
the armband was the craziest part.
A flop
Just
getting
like
an
from
armband.
an awareness point of just like, you know what, let's
Crazy.
avoid storylines. Let's avoid a bit of drama. Bro, you could have given it to anybody.
Anyone.
Because everyone in that team has arrived in the past 18 months. You're not telling me some Spanish Argentinian is the biggest leader in that dressing room.
It's
I'm not
scary.
hearing it. Especially after the summer you've had. It just makes
Scary,
no
man.
sense.
I remember
And
old iteration of the show when I was making fun of you when Harry Maguire became captain. I said he doesn't even know the way to train. It's like Chelsea now,
Bro.
giving it to
There
people
we
that
go.
show disciplinary, you know.
There we go.
as a Chelsea fan, yeah, what are your kind of expectations for the season? Because it almost feels like every year it's a reset. You're kind of back to square one, asking, all right, what culture are we building? What tactics are we going to use this season? In your head, where do you think, what's the aim for Chelsea this year?
I'm worried for us this season because it would feel like you want to get top 4. I don't feel like we can get top 4. I don't think like we will be able to sift through this squad and get to a place where we're operational to get top 4. I think everyone else is ahead of where they need to be compared to us. I then think to myself, are we in a place now where if Chelsea finished 5th and 6th because it's better league position-wise from last season, it's an improvement? That shows you how bad Chelsea have become, especially with the amount of money we've spent to be here. So it's a really like messed up situation because people are going to say, oh, Chelsea can't really compete because look at our team. We basically have 2 or 3 squads. With the money we've spent, no, you have to go and compete. You have to do something.
Yeah.
You spent money there. But I don't realistically see that happening. I don't. So
Do you think Chelsea have upgraded, or do you think you've downgraded? Because when I look at your squad, I tweeted today.
Last season I kept saying we gave away a midfield that had Serie Champions League winner, a Euros winner and a World Cup winner, and now we have a midfield of 200 mil that doesn't seem to work. No one seems to get to work. The team, if you look at profiles, we've not really shifted the dial. You don't look at this Chelsea team and go, oh, you know what? I can see why they went in that direction. No one can actually justify why Chelsea have done this. People say, oh, young players and everything. But on the pitch, in terms of what you're trying to do, what have we justified with what we've bought?
Yeah.
And the scary thing is, I have to make this example of Chelsea went through the whole signing the older players and then selling them to Saudi. Now the players that are sold the 5-year contracts and were getting 200k are now being kicked out of the club. So now you'll be left with all of these youngsters with no one to lead them, no leadership, and when young players don't play, they don't improve. Like, what's going to happen? It's a very, very, very scary situation at Chelsea at the moment. That's my honest opinion on it.
There's players that have left the club. There's players that have left the club at Chelsea. As you said, yeah, you've reduced your age, but other than that, I'm looking at it. And as I said, like, Havertz starts for Chelsea, in my opinion. Mount starts for Chelsea.
Kovacic starts.
Cover, Jorginho. I'm still in 2024. I'm still starting these type of players. Christensen still starts for Chelsea.
Rudiger.
You look at does Kante, after what he was doing in the Euros, does Kante still start for Chelsea? Honestly though, like, you look at these type of things, and you're thinking that Chelsea have spent that much money. I don't see an upgrade. I don't see an upgrade at all. In fact, it's a downgrade, and you can see that by their league position.
It's like when you have like new coaches coming in, and you were saying like in preseason, you can't play out the back, and you're thinking, bro, you've bought all of those pieces in the past 18 months. You're going to have no choice but to make it work with those players. It's even more concerning.
Yeah.
Look,
Thiago could probably start.
I mean, he was just starting last season. Yeah, I'm trying to say.
I was saying to Fred before we came on, I was saying that So Kovacic has come back, scored that midfield. Jorginho last season had a little something.
Havertz bagged the brace against
if
you.
if we went to go and what team does Kante play for?
Yeah.
If we went on like a little preseason,
Ain't you wearing Al Ittihad's kit?
Africa FC.
I'm pretty sure Kante could put like an 8 out of 10 against Chelsea, and it just goes to show that with where Chelsea are, the long term of what they're trying to do, no one knows if this is going to work out, but it's so far away from what anyone would have expected. If you told me that Roman Abramovich would leave Chelsea and you would get a situation where you could have that equal spending parity and you would end up here, everyone would be like, that's crazy. How would you end up so far away from where you are?
And now you're about to bring in João Felix, who it was okay. I don't think he was great at all when he was at Chelsea. Flat as to the sea.
Where does João Felix play in this team?
Osimhen's meant to be coming in. Osimhen, João Felix, superstars, isn't it?
Early apparently to get that deal done.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes early, mate. Stay there, mate. You know what I mean? It ain't making no difference. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's
making no difference.
Let me read out the Superchats
after the goal winning.
Yeah, allow it, man.
Hold the blazer tight as well.
You ain't know the game like that, man.
Boosh says top 4 on a trophy protest. If not, it's almost 2 billion spent. I heard that. Tubby Sabah says Cam's random, but I'm sorry. How is your cap your go over for? What I don't know if I can read. Maybe you can read it.
Cam's random, but I'm sorry. How is Cap your GOAT over Thor blood?
Oh, Captain America.
Captain America. Oh, Marvel chat.
Captain America. Come on, man. That's the realest, bro. Come on, man. Said Avengers! Assemble. Thor couldn't do that. Thor was getting his ass handed to him, and he had to grab his hammer and put in the work. What are you talking about, bro?
You're saying what?
Saving lives, bro. Come on, man. You remember? And look at the way he done up Iron Man as well with his boy. What's the other's boy? The guy with the Bucky. Done up Iron Man quick too, bro. Come on, Captain America, untouchable, blood.
I said the cult heroes touching different cultures, bro. For Greetza, apologies, our butch that says Goretzka and Chiesa out of their squads. Did they make a statement? Welcome to the real world, man. None of this slangy statement, man up, bro.
Chiesa, we're coming. Don't worry.
Juventus literally said all of these guys are not part of the plan. Goodbye. That's very different. They literally said, listen,
communicated publicly
in pre-season. Listen, none of you guys just don't bother. Your key cards don't work. Your training tactics have not worked.
Chelsea did though. Chelsea did that.
No.
They're doing that to
They just cancelled his key card. They just cancelled his key card and just said, yo, all right, good luck.
Fair enough.
And then they tried to invite Gallagher back when the move didn't work, bro. So that's mad. Alex says you can make an excellent 11 of Chelsea Academy players they've sold since Blue Lake. Making Enzo captain was also a step in the face to everyone. Apparently, a lot of people in the stadium today were very, very angry about stuff.
About what? Oh,
just in general. Ethan de Villa says, Savinho, my son, I'm moved by the way. Chelsea can't be having fraud Enzo as captain, let alone 10. # stinky. Arnie slot. I'm moved by the football. We're gonna speak about that. So another Savinho one here by Conor O'Reilly that says Savinho for 30 million, amazing bargain. But that's kind of like because he went, it's City Football Group, innit? So like they should have paid more than that, but it is what it is, man.
Bro, Alvarez 14 million flipped the next year for 90 something.
Savio deal, bro. If you look at it properly, there's like loans when he wasn't signed, and
he signed for Twat and got loaned to Girona.
Bro, something Buki was going on, but he was still owned by City. Oh, bro, it's so mad,
it's not fair, man. It's not fair. Ineos, innit?
Get your clubs up, man. Get your clubs up, Ineos.
We tried Todibo and they said left down. Yeah, done that shit, bro.
Get out of here.
Anyway, Todibo can enjoy West Ham, man.
Ahmed says Chelsea were playing 10 against 12. I'm sure Jackson thought he was a City player.
Right.
And
Jackson, the most
Man City 5
player.
Pete Loden says no Rodri, but good result against a mid-table club, City. I think that's the best way to describe it. Different. Actually, last one. Tala says, speak on Latvia. He was the only bright spark in the midfield. That was
just about to say,
competitive debut for Chelsea.
Baller. That's a good player.
Yeah,
that's a good player.
That's a player you build your team.
That's who should be starting, not Enzo. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of player that if I'm Chelsea fans, I'll be getting behind. Not
him and Shinka.
You know what I mean?
Good combo.
Bro, he nearly injured one person a game, bro. He needs to chill.
Do you know what summarised him as a player, right? He did an interception when Haaland was through on goal, and then the ball went to KDB and he clamped him. I said, I say the
bro, did he clamp like him and Savinho at the same time? I don't even know, bro.
I like his style. I like his style.
Madman. But listen, man, that is City. Make sure you smash the like button. We've got 4,000 in here. We're not even on 1K likes. Make sure you smash that. Make sure you get the super chats in as well. There's a lot to discuss, man. But listen, you already know what time it is. We've spoken about City. But as was mentioned on the super chats, the slut era has begun. The slut walks are starting. Word to 21 Savage. The Liverpool fans are out
Man
here.
said the slot.
They're here for it. Liverpool's new era. Do you know that Liverpool are the only team in the top 5 leagues across Europe in 2024 not to sign a new player?
That's crazy.
Bro,
That's
I
crazy.
think it was like, what did you say? How many teams?
Top 5. I think it's the top 5 leagues.
European leagues.
That's crazy.
In 2024. So not just like in summer, but in January as well. Only team not to have made a signing.
But for continuity, is it maybe good? You know,
Well, that's the conversation I want to have because it's the same squad, but it appears to be a different style of football. A lot of the Liverpool fans tell you it's less rock and roll, it's a bit more control. I
think it's
orchestrated.
it's adjacent.
There's similarities
Yeah.
in it. There's similarities, but
I think the intensity they play with, they will still maintain, and you kind of saw that through pre-season. But listen, things were that I thought first half they were kind of a bit sluggish to kind of get into the game. Second half, they really almost
do you call it
flipped the
sluggish?
switch.
Do you know what I thought? Do you know?
I thought they were looking too much for Salah. Put it that way. I thought it was a lot of we'll try to build up. If it doesn't work, Salah's the kind of outlet, and I think he even said that after the game. He was like, "We just tried it too many times," and then in the
what I
second half,
thought-
Trent really got involved and kind of livened the game up. I feel like.
I thought it was like, you know, when you're playing a promoted team, you're going away. It's high energy. They're excited. The guy comes in, gets a yellow card first 2 minutes.
Bro.
Greaves is putting up a centre back performance of his life. You're thinking to yourself, "There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
We have better quality. We just need to buy our time." And maybe you're right. Maybe they were rushing it, but when they realised, hold on, we're Liverpool. You could just see the tide.
Yeah, there was
change.
definitely, you have to give Ipswich credit because that first maybe 50
were in,
minutes,
innit?
bro, they were on it.
Hutchison
Like
looked
the
tidy.
press, the energy. I was like, you know what was it? First time back in 22 years.
22
Like,
years.
they're going to have that type of... It was like Luton last year was it first came. I remember Brentford when they came back. These sides always do that in their first kind of home fixture. But they just had to kind of bide their time and the quality showed in the end. And one particular player I want to speak on is Gravenberch. I thought he had a game that day. And
About
listen,
time he gave you something.
What, he's only been here a year.
Yeah,
Relax,
that's your,
man.
that's your,
Listen,
you,
I had
you
stocks
told the
when he
whole
was
world this guy's gonna be next Pogba or something.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Give it time. We are coming. I'm telling you, because that performance I felt like was this is where you're supposed to be. Not in the number 6 position, but I always feel like physically he can play there. Technically, he's so clear. The problem with him, I've always thought, is the motor and that hunger to play in that midfield position, especially in the Premier League. You can't do this
gotta be
kind of
dynamic.
sleuth, slow-footed football, brother. You got to be on it. So I think there's a gap in there. It's a slot to be taken, no pun intended. But listen, you've got a Dutch manager there as well. You've had a brilliant first game. If they even go into the market, I still feel like he's just put some respect on his name. I just hope this is now the first building block, because the last 2-3 years he's wasted away. Bayern Munich. Last year he didn't really click in at Liverpool. I really hope, listen, the talent that kid has, he can be a special player. I just hope this is the kickoff.
Quick one, by the way. Big up Can Energy as well for these
Right, for real.
amazing
Look at one of these.
natural hydration. I'm gonna actually try my one out. Actually, get the pineapple jack
Yes.
going. It's a bit.
But
You get me? But
Mo Salah as well. What is it? Ninth opening day.
But even him,
300 and 350
Yeah,
games.
you look at. But the thing is, the thing with Liverpool, obviously, Slot is the first game. McKenna, I think Ipswich and McKenna, as you mentioned, they were onto them. Like in terms of the press, it was high energy. They were up for it. And you know what? Fair play to Slot as well, because he said that Kwanzaa wasn't winning the duels, innit? The first duels. It took him off Bron Konate. I don't know if that was the exact change that transformed it, but he showed first game, it doesn't matter, and he's going to explain the reasons why. 45 minutes. Kwanzaa, you sit down, you watch someone that's a bit more senior show you how it's done. And I respect that, you know what I mean? That's what a manager should do. And the thing is, with Liverpool, you just don't know what's going to happen with Liverpool, because no matter what, they still have immense quality. They have Salah, they have McAllister, they have Trent, they have Virgil,
Alisson.
they have Alisson.
Say my boy's name.
These are world class players. Do you get where I'm coming from? And we know Jota's going to get goals if he stays fit.
Thank you.
Nunez is, listen, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I want Jota starting in the 9 this season
Speak on
if
it.
he stays fit instead of Darwin Nunez, hey mate, the chaos and that everybody's going to talk about it's cute, but you know what Jota does? Goals.
Efficient.
Yeah, the chaos, goals. That's what he's going to do. You know he's going to put stuff down. So I think Liverpool this season, I got them as to finish third. I still got them to finish third because of the base quality level that they have in their team. It's still higher than
remember
Man
last
United.
season
It's
as
still
well,
higher
though?
than Chelsea. It's
Yeah.
still higher than Tottenham. You know what I mean?
Last season
It's
they had
still
some
had,
injuries.
last season, so many injuries. Konate was out. Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Jota, as you say. Like, there's so many players weren't there available. You almost feel like if they can stay fully fit.
Yeah.
Those are almost like new signings, if you like. Maybe not per se, but till the end of the windows, I imagine they will get 1 or 2 deals done.
I think what's worrying though, because when you speak to a lot of Liverpool fans, it's the fact that when you look at FSG and where Liverpool are, it always felt that they've needed the signing and the club have not done it. And now it's even worse because it's now this specific position that they keep on missing out on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was speaking to a Liverpool fan yesterday and they were like, we need a centre forward. And I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe if Jota gets injured, but you've got Nunes. And the way Mo Salah is playing in this sort of like position here, it seems like that facilitation is going to happen and he's going to get his goals. So if you have that and a base level of a somewhat healthy Jota, you're in a decent place. But I guess for both of you, is that central midfield position something that they really need to, that holding midfielder, do they really need to purchase it?
I think so. I think so. Where you gone?
Yeah, no, I think they have to, but I think Endo and Gravenberch can paper over. If Gravenberch maintains that level, they can paper over till January, because I feel like they've missed out on their big summer target, which was Zubimendi. Last year they missed out on Caicedo, Bellingham. It just seems like they're missing out on that big target.
Before it was Tchouameni, remember?
Before it was Tchouameni as well.
Yeah, they've always felt to fill
so
that
they've
position.
always missed out on it and just kind of made it work. I do think if Gravenberch can maintain that level, it papers over the cracks, but they have to address it at some point. But if you don't address that, I don't think it means, just sit back on your thumbs and just wait. Address other areas as well. If it's a centre forward, do it.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to, but the thing is, it depends. Obviously, their aspirations, Liverpool's aspirations, to still be, let's get in the title race. Let's try and win it. Let's be honest. That's what they're still going to be thinking. So they would need a 6 if they want to go that far, in my opinion. Right now, I think they'll be in and around Champions League. Yeah, but in terms of being where they really want to be, maybe not yet. But that's a big expectation on Slot anyway. See what I'm trying to say? So in the first season.
What did you make of Sobo on that day?
I think it was good, actually. I think he played well. No, I think the whole Liverpool team in the second half, especially, we got to talk about Trent. I think Szoboszlai was good. Gravenberch was good. McAllister just does what he does.
Yeah.
Trent, he was the difference. And this is why I always say his X factor in that team is unbelievable. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. I said it last season. I'm going to say it again. Everybody that was saying Trent is just a system player for Klopp, I said when next season he's still playing at a world-class level, I'm going to laugh at all of you, bro. That type of quality, you guys really think that type of quality can fail? It's impossible, bro. You see the pass that he put in for Salah? That if they get back firing, if he can start... Yeah, he had some moments where he drove into the midfield. He almost got an assist for Luis Diaz. But if he can still be keeping that width and be balling on that width with Mo Salah... That's the most dangerous right-hand side in the Premier League.
Quickly,
so
we had an episode that never came out with promoted Premier League centre-back. He was talking about the difference between Championship and Premier League. And word for word, he was like, the second he saw Trent play a pass, he didn't know where he was.
He knew the different levels.
You saw it so much in that game where Trent would make a pass, the players were like,
he said this shit is otherworldly. Otherworldly.
that.
Gabriel Osho.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously, we couldn't put it out, but he was like, you could see the Ipswich players look around and go, how the hell do we deal with that?
Yeah.
We didn't see this against Rotherham.
It was a tough... Leif Davis started the game well, and then all of a sudden, 2 goals on his head.
I can't listen.
Yeah, see what I mean? Welcome to the Premier League, you know what I mean?
Leif Davis, invest your stocks now, brother.
Greaves as well. Invest your stocks.
We might have a new real men entrant, Every Premier League season.
Yeah,
Jacob
Greaves. You can't just throw it in. Let me analyse, bro. You got to analyse.
You know that hair
Sometimes you
back.
can feel it. Yeah. You can feel it in the air, bro. 20 seconds into the game, flying challenge. Let him know you're there early. Every header for the next 30 minutes was his, bro. I like him.
Colossal
I like him.
Nah,
he's another one of them Championship guys as well. Whole last season playing there.
Yeah.
So
we got to talk about 300 goal contributions in 350 games for Liverpool.
Otherworldly.
For Salah. What is it? I think it was 212 goals, 88. Is it 88 assists?
Yeah.
I mean, those numbers that is monstrous numbers. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, I don't know if it's maybe because he got a trim, but he was looking lighter on his feet. You know what I mean? He was looking a bit lighter on his feet. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? So
that hairline came back right.
Bro, he was looking light on it, bro. He was dropping. He was doing outside the foot passes across the pitch. He was playmaking. He obviously got his goal.
Yeah.
Listen, Liverpool are going to need it because I think last season, despite Salah still getting numbers, I don't think it was his best that he's had in the Liverpool shirt. But if he's revitalised, if Arne Slot has put his arm around and been like, this is the way we're going to play football, we're going to be using you a lot more in certain situations. If he gets behind that, then all of a sudden, bro, Liverpool, those are them type of players, as we said with Haaland, they're guarantees. Like Charles Barkley says, guarantee. That's what Mo Salah is. So if they got him fit and firing, then Liverpool are going to be dangerous this season.
Let me tell you what was scary, right? Obviously, he scored a goal. You know when he started doing the Gilardino Archer celebration, I said, this is a bit different.
The new
I was like, this is a bit different. New celebration. I said,
I was like, I like it. You know,
Let's see how it lands. Let's see how it lands.
Real Foden doing all of this.
Nah.
He said,
No,
real bow and arrow.
You remember Alberto Gilardino, AC Milan? That was his team. One knee. I said, yeah, Salah might be on some violence. So, like, you know what? That's how you want to start the season. And of course, we'll go into Arsenal later, but you know they have this rivalry. You know, it's like anything Salah can do, Salah could do better.
It's funny, man. It's funny.
It was interesting to see, but I mean, you have, like you said, you have to respect those numbers. One thing you can't take away from him is the level he's operated at, and a lot of people are probably saying that he's maybe looking for the next move. But I feel like this is one of those seasons where he will probably just to prove to people that, mate, if you guys have forgotten who I am, this is my output. I feel like
that's every year for him, though. But I feel like every year, for the past 3 years, it's been like almost like, oh, this is the year Salah falls off. Yeah, surely. And then he just does something. He goes, you like still writing me off.
Yeah. But I mean, like, obviously, you lot have said that you think that Haaland's going to break the goal scoring record. I'm not saying Salah's going to do that in any way, shape, or form, but I feel like in terms of what he's going to assist and score, I feel like when you're looking at the charts week on week, you got to be thinking, like Salah really wants.
Do you know what though? I think the assisting. I think over the past year, maybe he's been kind of more into that creative bag. I do think though, in Slot's system, he was kind of playing more as like the final man. I think Slot is looking at him as like, I need you to get back to the goal scoring, because Cavani. I disagree. I can't believe I called him Cavani. Darwin and yo, I can't believe. I'm so sorry, Cavani. Forgive me, please, cousin. Listen, Cavani,
beg, bro. This guy's a beg. He don't know you, bro. He don't, bro. My man, bro.
The thing is, the only reason I disagree with it is because, like, not that they run the same play, but there's always a move that they go to where Salah's in the flank and it's just put into the box, bread and butter. Yeah. It's the same pass.
The square
and he's
pass,
always in that position to do it because he's the one that makes that run to go there. So I feel like if you do that enough times with
he'll get his assist. But I definitely think he's going to get back into his goal scoring bag.
I agree, but I feel like there's place for both.
Salah loves goals. Yeah. Salah's hungry. Salah's not one of them players that at the end of the season he wants to be like, oh, my assists were nearly the same.
Last season there was moments where he was like, yo, let me do some couple of cute passes that, bro, there was passes being unlocked that I never knew he had. So, yeah, I mean,
knows what time it is.
Let me ask you though, would you not make it a guy on the other wing?
Luis Diaz? I mean, when I saw 70 million to City, I was laughing. I don't know with Luis Diaz, man. I think
you like that too, you know? Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, go back and search Luis Diaz in my Twitter.
I think Luis Diaz he's one of them ones where he gets into dangerous positions, he can take people on and stuff, but the end product ain't always there. And that's what it is. You know, how many wingers can we say that about in world football? This feels like there's loads. And sometimes that is what wingers are like. But I definitely think that he needs to add a little bit more efficiency to his game because he gets in so many positions. I always say, bro, Luis Diaz always has a position where at least 1, 2, 3 times a game, he has the opportunity just to whip it far corner. Yeah. And sometimes he does, it hits the post, it just goes wide. I'm like, bro, if he just got his accuracy right, this guy could go to the moon. But I mean, he's 20. He's not young.
I think with him, it's the typical aesthetics thing where because he does all the trickery, everybody kind of rates him more. Whatever. I remember him and Kulusevski came in the same window. And I remember that was first 6 months, then man blew us away and sold us a dream. And since then, it's like they've been trying to almost recapture that. And I look at Luis Diaz and I think everybody treats him almost like he's this young 21-year-old of, don't worry, he'll connect the dot. Bro, he's 27. He should be in the peak of his life right now, bro. And I'm like, that type of performance for me, I just think it's the typical thing that Liverpool fans are getting frustrated with, both him and Darwin. And I think if you're going to have Salah there and then these two almost kind of fluffing their lines at every opportunity.
That's why Jota's key, innit?
Get Gakpo on, get Jota on, and efficiency FC is what you need to become.
I'm glad you said this because I think that's one of the key things. When you come from a place where you're used to having, it was Bobby, Mane, Salah. Like you've seen the optimum version of it. Salah's still operating at a great level, but the issue is you can't afford to have too many madmen that are not fluffing chances, especially when you're trying to get back to where you get to. So it makes it interesting, and that's why Cody Gakpo, especially after his Euros, it's like, brother, do you want to get involved in this as well?
Liverpool fans are the funniest people in the world right now. Liverpool fans are tuning into La Liga to hate watch Zubimendi
and he just scored a goal.
And he just scored, but it was it's a consolation goal. But they're actually all tuning to hate watch him. Do you know how funny that is?
I respect it.
Hey, that is hilarious.
I even saw,
bro.
was it
That
Trent,
is hilarious.
Trent, I don't know if this is connected, but I saw Trent after Virgil posted a picture on IG and he just commented a mountain emoji. And I went, is that a Zubimendi shot?
I don't get
because Zubimendi said he stayed because of the mountain walks and things. I was like,
look at you, bro.
Is it Petty FC over there? I was like, I respect it, man.
They don't care about him like that, bro.
Listen, man. Apparently Mbappe's got a brace. I don't know if that's
No, the
confirmed.
game hasn't even started, man.
Trying
Don't
to
let them
Yeah,
Yeah, who was that?
Where are you?
Saeed
No, it was
something.
oh, what's the bold Liverpool fan? He does streams with the.
Oh yeah,
Forgot
the
his name,
green
but
screen
yeah,
guy,
Zubi-doo-doo.
Oh,
as
gosh.
soon as I said, if Zubi sees this, I'd cancel the contract. Because of him, I'm not coming.
So we ran a poll saying where do we think Liverpool will finish. 17% said first or second, 67% said third and fourth, 13% said fifth or sixth, 3% said outside the top six. So that general consensus of them being the third or fourth best team in the league is there. But listen, man, we've spoken a lot. Let's go to the team that raised the curtain of the Premier League, got it started. You were there, you were at the Theatre of Dreams. You saw someone's dream come true. Talk to me. Zirkzee goal.
Say it right, Zirkzee.
Zirkzee.
Too many man mispronouncing his name, bruv. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah, listen, I think. Look, for us, it was first of all, the atmosphere was amazing.
Them man returned to the stadium, yeah?
Who?
Them man.
Nah, they ain't returned to this. They're not returning, bro. They left with Fergie, fam.
Hey,
Then they left Fergie, fam. Shout out them.
Hey,
Maybe when we win a Prem, they'll come back. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what they're trying to do, bro. Maybe when we win a Prem. But nah, bro, honestly, that performance, when you look at it, it was ups and downs. Yeah, I'm trying to say the first half, we're pressing, we're winning the ball high up the pitch. It was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we could have been 3 goals. I mean, Mount had a chance. I think that was the second half, actually. So Bruno had 2 clear chances that he should have probably scored. So overall, you were like, okay, cool. But then you start getting anxious a little bit. The goal's not coming. Fulham start getting into the game. Adamar's fluffing his line. If Adamar was good, they could have punished us in certain situations. They had a 2v1 at one point. Do you know what I mean? But seeing Zirkzee come on the pitch, that obviously it was very needed because we were playing when we're Mount and Bruno up front.
Yeah.
In a 4-2-4 kind of.
it's like you were playing
it was
good
a little bit.
football in moments, and then.
But you need something there. Yeah.
needed
It's
someone.
It's not only that. It's the way he. Listen, when he came on, he didn't have a touch for a while. When he got his goal, he started getting into the game.
Yeah.
But that's what you needed. Somebody that's just going to get the ball, pass it out wide, get into the box, and he scored the goal. Do you know what I mean? And you could just see the touch. He's got a touch. He can turn. He can dribble. He's huge. As I said, when I saw him, I was like, damn, Harry Pinero is a tall guy, bro. He was taller than HP, bro. I was like, damn, this
6'4",
this guy is tall. And the thing is, he's like,
level my frame out.
you know what I mean? He's big. So
Nigerian.
when I saw him, and I was like, if you're that big and you're technical as well, there's no way you can't fail in this league. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to seeing him.
Bro, I said physically, I don't think the Premier League is going to be a problem. It's just if he adapts to the pace of the league. And for me, I said this season, it just needs to be almost like when Haaland is not playing, or when he just needs to fill in the gap, just come in and put in a performance. Like, I don't think the expectations for him is to come in 18 Premier League goals or whatever, but if you provide a presence, you can link the play up.
Can you help the others?
Get some
Do you
goals
make the team
in
better?
key moments
Yeah.
like this, 1-0 winners.
Yeah.
That's all I think they will want from him this season. So it's like, and that's I weirdly think with both of your signings, in him and Euro, I think they're both very high ceiling players, but I don't think the expectation is for them to come in and transform the side like previously when you've always had big signings. But one of your other signings, I thought Mazraoui was really good. What did you make of him?
Oh, the fans were
Because I know previously Wan-Bissaka, there was Wan-Bissaka Nation within the United fan base. He's obviously gone.
Yeah.
Mazraoui's coming, who's a little bit like Dallo, can play both sides.
Brilliant. Honestly, the fans were loving him, bro. Like, he was calm on the ball, neat. He can help us in build up. Do you know what I mean? And let's not even, he threw himself into a couple, that slide tackle in the
slide
box.
tackle.
Yeah,
Yo, that got the fans up.
Yeah,
there was 2-3 headers that he competed, he won. So the fans got behind him. Listen, he was probably playing straight off adrenaline. Let's see how it goes in the next couple games. But I thought that's a tidy signing. You know what I mean? If you're going to let Wan-Bissaka go, which we were in a contract position, we had to let him go.
Yeah.
I think that's a good signing. As you said, he can play on the right, he can play on the left. We'll see what happens. I don't know if he was playing on that position because of for a tactical reason. There might be some games where he's on the left because Dalot started on the left. It might be, who knows what's going to happen because we know Luke Shaw's not about. So so I think that was good. De Ligt came on, won a few headers as well. The fans got, there was one where he absolutely threw his. I'm like, bro, Harry
Maguire. That's where I heard it. In terms of heading,
he threw his life at it. Talking about Maguire, very good performance. He's not going to want to give up that shirt. So look, there was things to take away from it. Then we got Brighton next. That's going to be a tough game. I mean, Brighton are just pumped.
There's one player you've not mentioned,
bro.
There's one player you've not mentioned.
It's Casemiro. Is he washed or is he not?
Nah, don't listen.
Because last season,
until February,
every United fan was ready to write him off and ship him to Saudi and package him. I watched the Community Shield and I watched the first game of the season. He might have just needed some rest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, maybe. Listen, his last two games have been very, very good. Very good. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I think maybe because we've seen in the first two games, we were pressing higher. Even against Man City, we were pressing higher.
Yeah.
So maybe that is helping him in a way because he's also getting the ball higher up the pitch. He's winning these slide tackles. It's not exposing him so much in the open, massive space. It's not exposing him. But we're going to have to keep that up. Are we going to keep that up all season? We don't know. Because there's still moments, even against Fulham, he still dives in, they skip him and they're gone, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. We can't get excited because that season, last season, was diabolical. You know what I mean? It was diabolical. So we have to be
I really hope we see a Casemiro
listen, I hope so too.
He's too great to go out
We're not getting a six.
It's 31, bro.
Ugarte, is he? I don't know about Ugarte. Is he going to shift it? I don't know.
He's just the younger Casemiro.
I think
there we go.
The point you mentioned about thing is that's it. Like, can you come into a team and make your team better, the players around you better? And I feel like he can do that.
Who's that? Zirkzee. Yeah,
I think he can do that. I feel like with midfielders, it's always very difficult. And I think also why it's more difficult is because, you know, when you've got someone like Kobe Mainoo, who possesses all of this ability and does great stuff, you need someone else that can also either help him or raise the level. Because why would you bring in someone that's worse than that level? Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what you've done. But I mean, I guess the question, based on the business that you've done, and based on Man United being Man United, what is the expectation? Because there's people saying that Ten Hag is already saying some really interesting stuff, like we're not ready for the season and all.
To be fair, they stitched him up with that one. Like he said, every team afterwards he said every team we're not ready.
But
early,
I think what I'm saying it to say that a lot of people are making a lot of what he has to say. A lot of people are saying that he might be under pressure because what if the club want to bring in someone that they want? What is the expectation for United this season? Because we've already said that Liverpool, I think, are going for top four. Obviously, Arsenal will touch on next. City are going to be there.
We want to. The reality, you want to get top four. You know what I mean? We fell out of top four last season. You want to get top four. Me, top four and a trophy again. Great season. You know what I mean? I'll take that. I want to have a proper Europa run. We won the FA Cup. We've won the Carabao. I want to go deep into the Europa League, bro. That competition is not easy to win, as we've seen. I want to go deep into that competition and hopefully try and win that. But I've got Man United as 5th, personally. I think we're going to be around 5th. But if we can finish 5th and win a Europa League or something, I'm really invested in the Europa League this season. We need to do something there for me.
Cam just wants to go on tour. That's what it is.
Nah.
Send
him to Bratislava.
What's it called? Natty Boy 100 says, Cams, do you think Ahmad will solidify the right wing, or will Sancho take a break from hanging with the Harrow Road boys and regain control of his career?
I don't think it's Ahmad you need to worry about.
Garnacho, innit?
I don't think it's Garnacho.
Who?
Maybe Rashford.
As in, no, wait. Do you think Ahmad? Or you think Sancho could take?
I think
Rashford?
Ahmad and Garnacho could be the starting pair.
Oh, Ahmad and Garnacho.
Yeah.
I mean, Garnacho's. I feel like he's better on the right. Personally, I think he's more threatening on the right. He's good. But if Rashford is playing poorly, then obviously Ten Hag's gonna have to do something. But Ahmad and Garnacho is the competition. Honestly, I don't even think about Sancho. With all due respect, like. I think he's going to end up leaving the club. If he don't leave now, he's going to get a January loan probably, and we're going to try to find a way. I don't see a future for Sancho, unfortunately. I just don't see it.
I would agree with that, and I don't think it's like an FCM conversation for now, but it's so mad how players have few destinations to go to now.
Wait, fifth still goes to Champions League, or is you?
It depends on the
Depends,
coefficient
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Last year, English clubs fumbled the coefficient, which was why they didn't
Towards
get
the
it.
end, because like with Sancho, it's all PSG are going after Lookman now, and all of these other young players. So it's weird where
Lookman is a good player, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro,
but
I was saying at the start of the window, I wish
you won it, yeah.
we went for him.
So it's like Sancho doesn't have many places he can go, and a lot of players are like that. So, but that's not a conversation for now. Got a super chat here from Brooks22, which says, "Wait, is that Fuad? Bro's got waves for days."
They don't know about early Fuad, man. This isn't even fully waved up Fuad.
This ain't his final form.
this is the you know the ones by the beach.
Got one back.
Wait till the big currents.
We got a super chat from the Jet SO. Their first super chat was saying, "Since when did Andy Edwards support United?"
Oh,
He said, "Fresh off of Olympic gold medal."
You know what's so funny? Someone who doesn't watch football messaged me your video, some random video you did.
Yeah.
I said, "Yo, I didn't know you know Anthony Edwards." And I was like, "Nah, that's true of many." And they went, "Oh my days!"
That's too funny. Of course, we have to discuss Arsenal. A very typical Arsenal performance of professional, not going to concede. Bukayo Saka doing what he does, goal and assist.
Yeah.
Havertz, which I found really interesting because
Goal
they
and
did
assist from him as well, isn't it?
Yeah, goal and assist for him. They did a video where they asked all the players who scored our first goal of the season. Everyone was like, Havertz. Which was like, okay. No Jesus, none of it. So a few people said that, but everyone was like, Havertz. And he did it. Great cross, great header. A lot of the talk is that people are having, and we'll do our own predictions, but people are having Arsenal as their favourites for the title. Obviously, Timber's going to be a new sign-in. Thomas Partey is fit by what everyone's saying. Calafuri's coming in, so it means that they've got someone for that left side of the system they play. Their defence is their crown jewel of what they are. What are our thoughts on that? One, on their performance, because I felt like it was a very professional performance. They weathered the storm. I don't think you ever look at Arsenal and think they're going to concede anymore. You just know that they're just going to do what needs to do.
Yeah. They had what was that, one header before the half or whatever it was that kind of came close, but Ryan made a great save, I can't lie to you. Joe Hart was doing some mad breakdown on match day yesterday. I was like,
you know what? Man was like, his steps. Man said, go and get the ball quickly.
Bro,
what?
Nah. This is the psychology of the goalkeepers.
Yeah.
We never get goalkeepers
It's good.
perspective.
Nah, it's good. You got to
and a lot
respect
of the
that.
time it's like, oh, he's been beaten at the near post.
post.
It's goalkeeper's fault. It's like, nah, give us someone who knows the X's and O's. I like it.
I like it.
And I thought Ryan was actually really good as well. But yeah, same. I was dying.
It was actually mad funny, but it was good. And it's his debut as well. It was his debut.
But what do you reckon Arsenal can do it this year? Based on with the signings they've made up until this point? Or would they need more?
They need more for me. I mean, I think Arsenal are brilliant. They're going to be in the top two. Hey, I'm not going to say they can't win it, but are they my favourites? They're not my favourites. I would have thought, if you want to beat Man City, you look into this summer, I would never have thought Arsenal would start the season with a defender as their only signing. You know what I mean? And it's looking like, okay, they might get Moreno in. I don't know how much Moreno lifts the level, personally. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at I'm still looking at that left wing, bro. I'm still looking at that left wing, and I'm just thinking Arsenal needs to address that. Saka has a lot of heavy lifting to do for that attack, man.
Yeah.
He really does. Yes, we know Saka's brilliant, and I think he might even go to another level this season. I think he's going to have a great season again. But I just still think he needs a running mate, man. Yeah, I mean, Trossard, yes, we know you're the ultimate, in a way, plan B. Havertz, I think he's settling into Arsenal well. You can't really get onto him. Jesus is going to be in and out with Havertz. But that left-hand side, Martinelli...
I was going to say, with Havertz pretty much having second half of the season, the way he went with Germany, come back pre-season, started the season well, he's not letting go of that number 9 shot. And as you said, I think all his teammates are behind him. Jesus, bro, you're not on 9. Let's acknowledge that now. Do you think maybe where you're saying that left, move to the left, bro? Because we saw him playing there for City when City were winning titles. It takes the pressure of him scoring goals off him. We know as a footballer, Jesus is one of the best footballers out there. So he can still be effective in those positions in my eyes. So I don't know why there seems to be all this pressure on a Martinelli redemption season, when in actual fact I think maybe you could just put Jesus out on the left.
The thing is, with Arsenal, they're going to be good enough to beat majority of the teams regardless. It's all about their moments in the Champions League. You're talking about in the end of the season. You know what I mean? When Saka might have a bad game, might need someone to come and help. He's going to probably play 50 games in a row as he always does. So that's my only thing. You're looking at into the game. I thought Saka was brilliant. I thought Odegaard had a good game.
Yep.
But Wolves did grow into the game. You know what I mean? In the second half, Wolves grew into the game, and Wolves, even Gary O'Neill was saying, they're kind of disappointed that they couldn't get something out of that. I mentioned Wolves have to take this momentum. They have to work. They've got momentum right now. They need to take their
the second
chance.
half, innit? Yeah.
Because Arsenal will punish you, and in instantly with 5 minutes,
I saw that like 2 minutes
boom,
after your tweet.
bro.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, Bukayo Saka, bam. That's the difference. That's the level that Arsenal are. You know what I mean? They can flip the switch quickly, especially in the Premier League. But I still think, you know, I saw Declan Rice was playing in the 8 and then Partey was in the 6 stuff. I don't think it was Declan Rice's best game, receiving the ball between the lines and stuff. I don't think it was his best game.
Did he come off injured as well?
He had a cramp. He had a cramp, which is rare to see Declan Rice have. But
I mean,
I just look at Arsenal and I still see them as obviously in the top 2. But I just think just to go that extra mile, I would probably still dip into the market.
Do you know what stands out for me is I feel like Arsenal are at the place where City are now, where if you look at parts of last season where I think they smoked like 4 teams on the road, 4-0, 5-0, etc.
There was that period,
There was that period.
Weird period.
Arsenal are a team now where they know that most of the teams in the league know that they can't compete and can't live with them. It's that fair factor where they can go on and win games, which is great for them. That's the base you want to start lifting up from. What you're speaking about is the finer details that enable you to win against a tough opposition or when it's not working. If you look at their season last year, you could probably break it down to maybe 3 games. The Villa game where Watkins scores, the game against, was it West Ham, I think it was, whatever it was.
Fulham,
In December, innit? Yeah.
And December. And it's, I guess for them it's, how do you make sure that you don't get to a place where the players are tired at that stage and you've got people that can come in, or how do you make sure that you don't make those same mistakes again? I feel like their squad's good. Sometimes when I think that they need another attacker, but I'm also like, they're so primed on what their defense is. If they're not going to concede goals, you're not going to concede. It's all about, can the guys that are on the pitch score the goals?
The thing is Arsenal last season conceded the least goals in the league and they didn't win it. So that could happen again, and it's not because. It's just in certain games they couldn't score. You know what I mean? And it's not even that. And as I'm saying is like, there's even when you look at the Champions League, the Porto tie, the Bayern tie, they were kind of labouring their way through. I felt like they need a little bit of a spark because you're going deep into the season. City can rotate. City can do certain things. Not saying that City, the kind of myth that City's squad depth is so stacked is kind of leaving now. But City, they're able to keep it fresh. Maybe that you can put that to Arteta. Maybe rotate a little bit more. I don't know. But Arsenal are going to have to find a way, because we've seen the last 2 seasons that they're just going to have to find a way that in the business end of it, talking about Arsenal right now feels pointless because you know where they're going to be at the end of the season.
100%.
Towards there.
But it's what the fan margins
how do they switch that? Exactly. But that's why I think an attacker, you bring in an attacker. You know what I mean?
You look at the depth on the bench as well, outside of Trossard, you're looking at Reece Nelson, Nketiah, Fabio Vieira, and I just don't think any of those 3 have shown themselves to be like
Nketiah they're trying to sell.
Reliable. But even Nketiah, I'll be real, I feel like they fumbled in haggling with Marseille. Marseille have gone and signed 2 other forwards now, and now the market for people who want Nketiah is closing. You might
even
end up being stuck with him.
What's his name?
For a guy who hasn't scored over 5 Premier League goals in his career in a season, I don't know why you're asking such a high premium of broke European clubs. So for me, I just think they obviously want to do the thing of getting someone out before they get someone in. But I think if you really want to go for the title, you kind of have to be ruthless. Even if it puts you in a little bit of the red, fuck it. Just
to balance out. We've got some super chats here, and of course, it's only right we do speak about Bukayo Saka because even with the celebration, you feel like there's another elevation coming to for him this year. DOF says most Premier League assists aged 23. Cesc number 1, Wazza number 2, Saka 3rd. Started later than both, and at left back, this is the company he keeps. Aaron Paul K says, how many right wings are better than Saka in the world right now?
How many right wingers?
Yeah.
I think he's probably in the top 3. Yeah. He's in the top 3 with Yamal
Salah.
and Salah, of course. That's my top 3. Yeah, I don't know in what order. Salah I still have his number 1. And
it goes to show the company. It goes to show the importance of the player. If anything was to happen to him, and I feel like a lot of Arsenal fans probably agree with that. He's the one player you don't want to get injured, don't want to be tired. And again, not to compare. Well, you have to compare them because they're in the same situation. If you look at City's players that played for England, all of them started on the bench because they've been resting and ushered back in. Declan Rice starts, has to come off with cramp. Bukayo Saka starts, Arteta subs him off to make sure he looks after him. because of the difference in depth, you're having to utilize your squad differently. I mean, fair play for taking those players off, but those are your two more important players. You need to make sure that they're actually okay in December to do what they need to do. So it'll be interesting, but
It's about
Arsenal
trusting your squad at the end of the day, because it's not like Kyle Walker didn't play and then he played an £100 million player. He played Rico Lewis.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. So it's about trusting your squad at the same time. That's what some people have thrown some criticism at Arteta about that. But hey, that's his decision. As long as you got Saka, Odegaard, Rice, Partey, and these guys firing, Arsenal are going to be fine. You know what I mean? So at the end of the season, I expect them still in the top 2 to win it. I just don't know.
The key pieces are good enough. It's just the extra.
Yeah, I just don't know. When I see Haaland and KDB, if they can stay fit. I mean, last season they missed about 6-7 games. KDB missed quite a few. Haaland missed like 7 games or something. I'm just like, yo, if them man stay fit, it's hard to.
It's hard. It's
4 in a row, bro.
But this
4
is
in a row.
5.
It's gonna be 5th. This will be 5th.
It could be 5th.
Yeah.
Quick, Fuad, someone's LJ Brown has said Fuad has so many waves. I'm getting seasick. They're loving the new trim. Man.
Hey, man. Listen, I appreciate y'all, man.
Listen, we've spoken a lot
You look better. You look better.
Yeah, real talk.
You look better.
I look cleaner, don't I?
Yeah, you look cleaner. But you got to keep it clean.
You wouldn't even get a retwist on that. You were just like,
because
I'm a hobo. I'm a hobo.
Rubbish.
I'm a hobo.
I'm doing this hobo.
I'm a hobo.
flex. Allow it, bro. I don't know who you was imitating.
I look like a handsome homeless man. You know what I mean? Like,
Look neat.
You can't do that?
That weren't hitting, man.
That went it. Listen, we've spoken a lot about different teams, league positions, etc. Let's have the conversation. Let's do predictions of how we think this Premier League is going to end. So first position, I've got Manchester City.
City.
Second, I've got Arsenal.
Yeah.
Same again.
Third, I've got Spurs.
I've got Spurs.
I got Liverpool. You guys got Spurs, yeah? High on Spurs this season. Yeah.
Fourth, I've got
Expectations.
Trust me.
But trophies.
Yes.
You and Arsenal.
All
Trophies.
three, all 3 of them, I want to go for it. All 3 of them. Talk about, I saw you talking spicy about Europa League earlier. You got to back us as well. Yeah?
You know if we bucked you in Europe, we're bouncing you.
Final! See you there!
We'll I'm telling you, heritage will kick in. We'll bounce you, bro.
Don't.
We'll bounce you.
Don't say that word.
I would love
Don't
to
say that word, man. Don't say
link
that
us
word.
in like a Europa semis or something. 2 legs. Let us go to the lane. You come to OT. I guarantee
One leg.
you. I
One leg.
guarantee
What's
you will
one
beat
leg?
you, bro.
One leg.
See you in the final!
We could be 9th, 10th in the table.
Right.
If we bucked you in Europe, we're getting you out here.
I like it.
100%.
It's the old Roy Keane, it's Tottenham.
It's 100%.
6-1 at OT.
You wish, bro.
Alright, cool. So you've got Liverpool third.
Yeah.
I've got Liverpool fourth.
Yeah, same. Liverpool 4th.
Should we do 5th and 6th as well?
United 5th, West Ham 6th.
I've got
I'm not on the West Ham train.
I've got United 5th. I've got United 5th. I've got Newcastle 6th. I think a lot of people are
Yeah,
sleeping on Newcastle.
we got the same top 6. Yeah.
No, different order, just different order.
Oh yeah,
Different
you
winners.
got,
Yeah,
yeah.
different.
I think a lot of people are sleeping on Newcastle. A lot of those injuries last year
Agree.
capsized where they were.
They weren't good yesterday though. Newcastle weren't good.
No, I'm
yesterday.
curious to hear this because I have the opposite. Like in my prediction, I had them, I think, 9th.
Damn.
But hear me out.
Yeah.
Have you seen their window?
No, but it's not about that, bro.
And
Have you seen last season?
The injuries.
The injuries. I fully agree.
Tonali's a new signing.
You know they scored 85
Goals,
league goals
highest.
Yeah.
I know.
with nearly
With
60
all
injuries.
them injuries, I completely understand. But my thing
Europe.
is
No Europe.
no Europe. I completely get it. But when I look at that squad, I'm like, similarly like you were saying with Arsenal, there's a lot of key pieces in that 11 that are quality. If they go down, if anything happens, and you look at the competition around them, Villa have strengthened, West Ham have strengthened, United have strengthened. Like, so it's not gonna be, we're just gonna coax back in, bro. You're gonna have to. And then I look at their summer window. They've spent 26 million on Nottingham Forest's sub goalkeeper. O'Shula from Sheffield United.
Trying to get Gahey in it.
Yeah.
Gahey is going to come in
70
and
million,
70 million
65
odd they're being charged. I just don't think they've had enough of a window to close the gap. Now, I do think they will be maybe better than last season, but I don't know if I see them finishing in those kind of Champions League places.
High on the West Ham. You're high on the West Ham team.
The
But the
window
thing-
they've had, I find it hard to believe.
Winners of the window have-
Here's the thing: we did this last year with Aston Villa, bro, and we was wrong.
Except for Emery.
I'm not sleeping on West Ham this year.
I don't want you to address that one. I want you to speak on, because I'm not a Spurs fan. Spurs third, talk to me. I'm guessing you're moved by your window. I'm guessing you're moved by what you saw last year.
Yeah.
And having faith that you can
Evolution.
counter what went wrong?
Yes, for me,
Speak
I'm
to me.
expecting growth and evolution this year. What was it Arteta was doing? 2.4? This is 2.1 for us now. Yeah?
That's what he said, anyway.
The high line, now on his little screen monitor that he was doing, he was presenting Arsenal 2.4.
Yeah.
But this is Ange's second season now. There's some of the kinks we saw, was it near post corner we were getting battered towards the end of the season. The high line on transition we were getting caught. I just feel like those kinks need to be sorted out. And when you look at the window that we've had, I just feel like we've strengthened in midfield with, people will say 2 18-year-olds, but I think it's 2
Quality 18-year-olds.
top tier 18-year-olds. Like Archie Gray, I think is gonna be a starter within a matter of months.
I agree.
And then Bergvall, I think, is just quality coming off the bench in my eyes. And then Solanke addresses that number 9 position that we've been crying for since Harry Kane has gone. And I think now it gives us kind of a bit of flexibility in how we play as well. We can do the short zippy. We can launch it long to Solanke as well. So for me, I'm expecting improvements in a lot of aspects. I'm expecting players like Maddison to come back, point to prove after the second half of the season. So
And England mission as well.
yeah, so you got to remember players like Porro, Udogie, Van der Ven, Vicario. That was all their first season last year. I'm expecting second season improvement. So for me, I'm looking at it all optimistically, all from a positive aspect of best case scenario. We finish third.
You got
We
tomorrow?
get one of those cups, Leicester City away. It's a nice one. We
Mav-
usually have a good record at the King
Mavididi-
Power. To be fair.
Mavididi.
Mavididi, Ishak
Feeling a
Fatou.
party. I'm feeling a party.
What opening name?
Vardy party.
37.
Hey, listen,
Boy,
I'm
listen.
feeling a party,
Crash it
man.
one more time.
Romero. We'll
What I
see
will
you
say
there.
though, very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
You know, Vardy's the greatest highline punisher in the history of high lines, yeah? Alright, say
Yeah,
no
but the
more.
legs.
Do you know Van der Ven,
I
bro?
don't care, bro. I
Legs
don't
ain't
care.
The last time you was here, Van der Ven weren't here. We broke speed records since then. Come outside and meet me on the halfway line. Let's have a race. Come on, buddy.
Question I've got to ask you. Obviously, you got Solanke.
Yeah.
I think it's a great signing. There's a lot of conversations in different places where people are saying it would have probably been between Solanke and Tony.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on that? Obviously,
I was on
Tony's
the-
now linked to a move to Saudi, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, where was you on that? Because I think a
was
lot
like,
of your
listen-
fans were actually angry at the Solanke signing, right?
I'm not angry, but I think some of them preferred Tony, probably because obviously off the back of the Euros as well. I think he just kind of set his
Patriot.
stocks up a little high. But for me, I think Solanke's overall play and the way he presses for me suits our system so much better than Tony in my eyes. I think Tony's a quality player as well. And I was saying, listen, if I get Tony, if I get Solanke, either way, I'm eating steak. But I just feel like with Solanke, I get all the garnishing. You know what I mean? Of course, halal, man. Come on. I get all the garnishing and everything. And I just feel like he comes in almost with a point to prove. Obviously, having not worked out at Chelsea, having not worked out at Liverpool, this is another crack at a Big Six club, if you like. And listen, we're building something. I feel like his career trajectory is on that same level as well. It's just a perfect match. And I feel like with Tony, there's always been off-field stuff that have kind of made it, you know, a little bit thinking, could he upset the apple cart of what we're trying to build type of thing. So I personally think we've made the right decision in terms of expectations.
What are we getting? What are we getting?
What do I
How many
expect from
goals
him?
we getting?
I've said, for me, I'm looking at 18. I saw you get 19 last year. You're playing in a better team, in a system that should
why is
create
it
lots of
increasing?
opportunities for you. No, I'm saying minimum of 18. I would love for. He said he wants to break the 20 barrier.
Okay.
That's the kind of target I like. Up hit 20.
Richarlison got 13, right? And he's
20
injured.
goals.
No, but what I'm saying, wait, just wait.
La, 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 la. I don't want to hear
wait.
that name anymore.
Wait.
No mas.
Bro, that's R9 now. That you
Stop.
said.
Yeah.
That's R9.
He
But
don't. He
this
don't
guy,
exist.
This guy, you can go and check his
don't
tweets.
exist.
Look at this. This guy is shameless. You can go and check his tweets. This guy actually joined Pru Hive. Bro.
Yeah, literally.
Let's never forget.
When?
Ah!
When?
This is what you're
Find
doing.
them tweets. Find them tweets.
Guys, don't go to delete. Don't go to delete.
Pru Hive.
Bro,
I'm
look at this.
typing now.
Don't
yeah?
try and go and delete, bro.
Richie,
Don't
I'm
try and go and
typing
delete. Don't try and go and delete. Bro, this guy,
Production.
bro.
now. Aye.
Production now.
You can't find no case on me. My hands are clean, B.
He deleted his.
Yeah, baby. You can't find nothing.
You're shameless.
The glove don't wanna fit.
Bro,
You must have quit.
You're
Hey,
shameless.
listen, we don't know who that hive is or what that pigeon
This guy's
is.
a
You're
shameless.
But we are
shameless.
cooking poultry this season, and it ain't Spurs.
Oh,
That
shameless,
is
man.
funny.
Shameless,
That's funny,
bro.
Listen, we've gone over a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. But listen, new segment to the show for the new season. Tweets of the week. So we've
Yeah.
collated a few little
on the
gems.
screen?
Yeah. I think
Production
Freddie went
production
up,
has-
but we've collected a few tweets. So
Tweets
listen,
of the week.
listen, if you tweet something that's funny or interesting,
We might
we might shout you out. So listen.
Oh, if anything, send it to us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send it to us on
I know send
FCM.
us some
no,
dead
don't send-
tweets right now.
yeah.
They're gonna start sending us some dead tweets.
Hey, listen, it's got to be a banger. You know what I mean?
Go on, let's go
But,
through some of these tweets.
first
Read out
one-
names as well.
First one actually is from Blitzed, and he said, I actually agree with this one. He said the quality of the player on the pitch is not Villa versus West Ham heritage. These two clubs have never been so stacked. And bro, look at the lineups of these two teams. I'm not
West
even
Ham
joking.
had Somerville.
Bro, it was absurd. I'm looking at West Ham's one. You had obviously Kudus, Bowen, Paqueta, Guido Rodriguez, Max Kilman. And then on the other side, you had Watkins, obviously, Bailey, Amadou Onana, Tielemans, Pau Torres, like Martinez.
But read out West Ham's bench.
And then the bench as well, you're looking at Somerville, Fulkrug, Ward-Prowse, Tadibo, Wan-Bissaka not getting on as well. And then you look at Jacob Ramsey, John Duran, Maatsen. Like, it's stacked. Diego Carlos, Buendia not getting no minutes, Barkley getting no minutes. So it's crazy how stacked these are. But moving on to the next one,
League's
there
mad.
is HC Football 01. He said 7 of Ipswich starting squad was in the team when they won 6-0 against Exeter in the League
That's
One
crazy.
to confirm promotion. Those are Wolfenden, Leif Davis, Walton, Luongo, Morsey, Burns, and Chaplin. That is a hell of a journey,
No,
bro.
that's
That's
Spurs
crazy.
boy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to say
former
quickly-
QPR boy as well.
Yeah. Just want to quickly shout out to Ali Alhamdi, became the first Iraqi player.
Hey, I know
to
Faisal's
play
somewhere shirtless.
in the Premier League. He's gone from League 2 to Premier League in 6 months. Mad,
Fair play, man.
absolutely.
But I remember
mad.
Luton were getting a lot of flowers for that, so you know what I mean?
yeah.
These Ipswich boys deserve their dues as well.
Facts.
This is a hilarious one from Liverpool fan. Mark Kastner, his name is. He says, okay, Arnie, that was nice, but you're still not my real dad, but I'll accept this for now.
I don't get it.
because
He's saying,
he was
like, I
moving
like the
football,
result, but you're
Klopp-
still not Klopp. You ain't Klopp, big man. But I'll take it for now. You're not my dad. You're not my dad. Oh, that one killed you. I like that one. I can't lie. This one is from friend of the show actually, Trujista. He said, Jota is the definition of a gunman. If he had Nunez's ability to consistently generate chances, he'd crack 25 in the league with ease.
Facts.
You lot think the same?
Facts.
What did they say? What did that Gino the Sutton say? If my nan had a wheel, you know what I mean? What is it?
If man had wheels,
She'll be a bike.
Nan had
She'll
a
be
wheel,
a bike.
she'll be a
bike.
bike. You know what I'm trying to say? Really and truly, that's the case.
Can I say on that, yeah? You know the video that I made pop, yeah, was the guy I went to school with, the drawer up and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he was saying clinical like Diego Jota like 6 years ago. What did he know?
and a banging in a few.
Yeah, he was
What did he know? He was onto something, you
He was
know?
onto something.
He was onto something for
That was a
everyone.
Calvert Lewin one actually, but this next one comes from Leo da Silva, which to be fair, bro, this one caught me off guard. Yeah, this is like AI going to the next level. It says Saka so far for Arsenal today. Look at this picture.
Saka looks like,
All eyes on me. Hey, I was like, you know what? That's hard. I got like that is using AI correctly.
Yo, that is ridiculous.
why does Saka look like a Sophia in London in that picture?
Bro,
Nah,
hey, that
killed
is
me.
funny.
And then the last one was Lee Sher, which to be fair, I kind of just
Hey,
want to more
Saka's got to make
speak
that his
about.
Avi.
No, fully.
He's gotta make that his Avi.
This one is kind of just more on Mosquera for Wolves. I just want to have a dialogue on him here. I don't know if
Mosquera.
you guys can put that tweet up. Lil Sher. It's just free laughing emojis put there.
Hey,
This
But
is
this
SA.
guy
This is SA.
needs to be arrested, bro.
freaky ass
This
nigga, he is 69
Oh,
God.
Hey, run for your life!
Hey, he a freaky ass. He freaky. He freaky.
Freaky frog.
He pumped.
He freaky. He did everything that he wanted. He got to choke. You know people be saying they like to get choked. He said, "I'll choke." He ain't get grips in the bum too. Like,
But
bro,
you're so mad.
bro knows what he's doing in the change room.
No, man.
He freaky ass.
Everyone he
I
touched
said on
got
your
booked.
debut,
Bro.
6 million viewers watching.
Fair
this is
enough.
how you gonna act.
Everyone he touched got
Welcome
booked.
to the league, bruh.
Nah.
Welcome to the league,
How'd you the inside of the cheek?
bro. It's
That was-
crazy. That's
the
what I mean.
inside
Like,
of the cheek.
he got in the crevices of it as well. Like, I'm like, that is
Nah,
that is
that was
wild,
crazy.
fam.
But that's it for
insane.
tweets of the week. But if
Nah, I've got. There's one though. There's one. I sent it in. It was the one that Yardman and
Oh, Robbie, don't Robbie.
Did you guys see that?
no, I didn't.
I don't know if you guys have that clip production, but
AFTV.
where they were going back and forth with each other about Unai and what's
we
it?
need to show
Yeah,
the people
please.
that because we need to
This
put
was
a
a
word
battle
on that one.
of the Caribbean.
What do you guys what you guys think about that. I don't know if they've got it. Have you guys got it? 2 minutes.
Whilst they're building it up, it was a Battle of the Caribbean. It was Don Robbie, you know, the elder of the village, being confronted by Yardman with his Gucci pouch. He was back in Emery.
Hey, shout out that Yardman though.
Yeah,
shout out that Yardman, bro. He came and
chest.
stuck it on all the man them, bro, on their platform.
What I find interesting as well. You know Don Robbie, yeah? Don Robbie was still being the Don in it. Then he thought, hold on. No, I've got to take it back.
Yeah, bro.
Yardman Robbie. I've got to take it back here.
You can see Robbie change from like professionally into like, nah, I need to get back to real music.
Hey, boy.
He said, this is too close to home, bro. This is too
close man, no. Big up
This is too
Yardman.
close.
Big up Yardman with his Gucci pouch. Production, we have that queued up already.
What was the premise of the...
Basically, what they were talking about
Emery
is
versus
it was
Arteta.
Emery and Arteta. Yeah, and basically, I didn't see the whole thing, but I think Yardman basically saying like, Arteta hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? Emery's the better manager.
Yeah.
And Robbie's basically saying...
I saw what he did here.
He's basically saying, oh, no, you're not... no, Arteta did nothing here. You know what I mean? No, sorry, Emery did nothing at the club. And he's basically saying, oh, he's won different trophies. Then it just opened up a discourse online about who's the better manager and stuff. Look, the term better is all subjective. You know what I mean? But it opened up that discussion about Emery and Arteta. So about where people sit on that. But you need to see the clip.
Whilst that video comes out, I've got a question for you guys. Yeah, obviously Arteta's FA Cup win came when he joined into the team. Right, it was the second half of the season. Yeah,
6 months after.
Did Emery get a medal for that then? Because
don't know. Did Lampard get a medal for the Champions League?
Don't know. But do you see?
Foundation builders.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's like it gets interesting, isn't it? It gets interesting.
Nah, you wouldn't. If you get sacked, I mean, you shouldn't really in it. You shouldn't really. But if a player left, he'll get a medal, wouldn't he?
Haaland got a medal for.
That's what I'm gonna say. But if a player left, they'll get a medal, right?
If you play enough games.
But did Emery manage a FA Cup game though? Because they would have been in the.
Because it would have been after January.
Yeah,
it would have been after January.
All right, the video is ready. We've got the video ready. This is Arteta. I mean, this is Don Robbie and Yardman. You know what I mean? You see how they're acting on that Vibes Cartel's free? The Yardies are really crazy, blood. Let's get it. In the house, it's meant to be united right now. But yeah, all right, drop that.
Apart from Pep Guardiola, the best manager in this league is Mikel Arteta.
Yes.
So who else do I go and get?
No. Apart from Pep Guardiola, the next best manager is Unai Emery.
No, you're chatting rubbish. Rubbish. Listen, hold on. There's only one manager, right? There's only one.
What the fuck Mikel Arteta win over Unai Emery?
Listen, let me tell you.
No, man, come on.
You look at football.
What did Arteta
You look
win?
at football in a different. Listen, let me finish.
God.
We're talking about the Premier League at the moment.
Give me the details, man.
Unai Emery was there. What did he win?
Aston Villa. Look what he did with Aston Villa.
Unai Emery was there. What did he win?
Unai Emery.
Come on, man.
What did
use
Mikel
this.
Arteta win? What did Mikel Arteta win?
Unai Emery was here. What did he
Are you
win?
really going to tell me that Mikel Arteta is better than Unai Emery?
Use some logic, please, when you're doing your things.
Okay then.
Unai Emery was the manager here at Arsenal, and people like you, we probably can go back and get a video, you saying he needs to go. And now you're telling me...
Hey, listen, there's a longer clip. Go on the AFTV
Bro.
and go and check it out. But listen,
Robbie went to the show. When Yardman said, yeah, I mean,
so
listen, no, but listen, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I'm on the same boat as Yardman. But I said last season when Klopp was in the league, I thought Emery's the third best manager in the league. If you're talking about CV, what he's done in the game, I think we gotta respect that. I think you can't throw away what he's done in football in terms of the Europa Leagues that he's won. Yes, he was the manager for Remontada. But people are forgetting that he actually won a league with PSG as well. He's a league winner with PSG. So he had an embarrassing moment, but he's a league winner with PSG. Everywhere Emery's gone, apart from Arsenal, which is why I think like we have this English lens on that anything that happens in the Premier League means it's the be all or end all. Yeah. It's not. The guy won Villarreal, their first ever trophy. The magnitude of that. That's just as big as Arteta potentially winning Arsenal their first Prem since Wenger. That is the magnitude of you won a football club their first ever trophy, and it was a European one as well, which he knocked out Arsenal and Arteta, and he knocked out Manchester United. So I think Emery deserves respect in that manner. I think everyone's giving him respect, but I just got to go by CV and what they've done in the game. I can't just say because Arteta's pushed Manchester City, I can have him as better. Now, if he goes and wins the league and stuff, we can have another discussion. Your body of work still matters in terms of how he's going about this, in terms of how he's rebuilt Arsenal. Massive respect to it. But at this point, I've got to still give it to Emery, man. He's flipped Sevilla's history. He's flipped Villarreal's history. He's still won with PSG, and he just got Aston Villa in the Champions League for the first time that I've ever seen personally. So
since the Premier League started,
since the Premier League started. So this guy's a phenomenal manager.
Yeah.
He just had a
in
blip
totality,
at
it's hard to deny. Yeah,
and he got to Europa League final, bro. He had a blip. He got washed in the Europa League final, but
I think it's hard.
I'm on Yardman side for this one.
It's hard when there's sentiment there, but big up those two. It was an interesting heat debate, and it's cool stuff online. But listen, man, let's go to champ and duds of the week. I've got a champ that I'd like to shout out. Actually, I've got two that I want to not champs, but send well wishes to.
Yeah.
Angel Gomez and Danilo Forrest both picked up really bad injuries.
Did you know they was only out for 8 weeks?
They said it was a leg break.
Yeah,
broken ankle.
But still,
that was peak.
I said, bro, that's come on.
No, I'm just saying.
But and obviously Angel Gomez looks like he's alright, but big up them. My champ of the week is a former Premier League player, Ollie McBurney. Ollie McBurney, you are my champ of the week.
He plays for Sevilla now, isn't it?
Las Palmas.
No, Las Palmas. He scored against
Sevilla.
Okay.
Scored against Sevilla. I'm playing for Las Palmas.
That's hilarious.
Anyone who knows where Las Palmas is, it's Tenerife, one of them islands there.
Bro,
Man said, let me go live a good life and still play top level football. So yeah, I respect him. That's my champ of the week. Got champs?
Don't think I have a champ per se, if I'm honest. First week back.
Got a champ?
I don't know if there's anything that's really stood out to me champ worthy. I've got a dud.
I've got
a dud at my club as well. With Yves Bissouma. Posting on social media of him doing, crazy. Acting like Kanye. I got that nitrous oxide.
Oh my god.
Relax, brother. Yeah, your slot is about to be taken by an 18-year-old, and this is what you're doing. You need to focus this season, big man. Bro, his stock over the past this calendar year. I tweeted out earlier in the week. There's someone I blame since he met him, but too much expressions. It's you.
Do you know what's really? Do you know what's funny? Quickly on that. Obviously, he did that, and then Chelsea's pre-match picture was in Congo with the blue.
Oh my days!
One guy's getting done for it, another guy's being celebrated. It's crazy out here.
Nah, my champ of the week is I don't even know his name actually, but it's the Brighton manager. You know, Ursula for winning. First of all, 31 years old. I believe it is 31.
I think he was
31. He younger than you. He's younger than you. That is insane.
You see what your age mates are doing?
Yeah. Why are you talking so loud, whole big man?
31 years old, managing in the Premier League.
What's the stat? They said that he was 9 years old when James Milner made his
debut or something like that. Like it's incredible.
James Milner and Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So, and to win 4-0 in your first game.
Actually, I think they talked about
also 3-0 against real men. Sean Dyche on his home turf. Yo, listen, that was one up for the Tacticos, I guess. You know what I mean? We'll be back.
Speaking of Ashley Young, I've got Ashley Young on my dud of the week list.
Yeah, that was real duddery.
What the Jamie Redknapp says? Leave the football before the football leaves you. Why is Ashley Young at 39 playing right back in the Premier League against Matoma?
It's incredible. Everton's team is so weak.
Yeah, they could be in trouble.
I was seeing Jack Harrison trying to be their spark in 2024. I said,
it's mad.
It's a long season.
I've also got a dud for Southampton. I feel like, everyone wants to play a style of football, which is fair, but this is the Premier League. They're playing like this stuff that you're trying to do.
That's too early, man. Give them a chance.
No.
I've got them going down.
I've got them going down, but when you do stuff like that, you had the one man advantage, and you were still trying to do all this stuff.
That's another dud. You've got Brereton Diaz. I'm sorry.
No, Fabian Shaw. Brereton Diaz did what he needed to do.
That ain't my kind of gamesmanship. That's some weak ass shit right there. No way. Fabian Shaw, real men right there. That's what you do. Square up to man. Should have knocked his teeth out.
Man, chill out, mate. This show's for kids too, you know.
Listen, those are my champs and duds anyway. I feel we've come to the end of our first show back. Man. Listen, big up everyone inside. Listen,
man.
It's been good to be back. We'll be back next week. We're going to be dropping different bits of content as well. Make sure you follow the personal socials.
Yes, we've got special segments coming out every week now.
So make sure you stay locked in.
So look out for that.
Follow the personal...
I was going to say, subscribe to my YouTube as well. I'm doing a watch along for the Leicester Spurs game.
Ain't nobody care. Ain't nobody care about that.
I shut up, man.
Yeah, nobody care about that.
Any early predictions for that game for you? What are you going?
2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Sweet.
Is there any super chats left?
We've got one from Z21 which says, so if Saka is top 3, does that make him world class?
Depends.
What did he say?
If he's top 3 in the world, does that make
Depends
him
on what your
world-class?
criteria is. Everyone's criteria for world class is
I've
different.
got this is a nice one from Ambrose Kamada, which says, lads, I'm worried. Mbappe, Vicious Jr., Bellingham, Valverde, and Courtois. A fair Saliba is the final Infinity Stone if Arsenal don't win this year. Listen, bro, you got your priorities all wrong. You shouldn't be worried about Saliba. Trent. That phone is gonna ring soon, man.
Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan, probably. He's probably an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, but you don't worry, man. That's like another 2 years.
Yeah,
Trent,
you got another 2 years
first.
with him.
They've got too many Galacticos in the second half department.
Yeah.
Until wait, in 2 years they might say, we want Bukayo.
I ended it.
Listen, like, share, subscribe. We'll be back next week. We know what to do. We're out.
Fuad Kadani back to Somalia. After a 2-year loan stint in Jamaica, he's decided to return back to the Horn of Africa, where the Somali FA have embraced him with open arms. It's good to have you back on our side, son.